Now here's a good example of what happens when an early spring frost kills off the initial buds. You'll see these, some of these branches are pretty long here, and they started to bud in the early spring and then they dried up, and you can see very easily whether those are the case or not, because if you take your fingernail to the bark here and you scratch them, okay, there's nothing, it's just brown or dry underneath there. If you go to the live tissue that's back on the wood a little bit more, you know, if you scratch it there, you can see it's quite a bright green layer that appears there. You can see it right here with my thumb. So what's happening now, we've had finally some heat. We didn't have that much heat early on, and consequently what happened was a lot of the shoots were very, very slow to bud out. In fact, we weren't too certain they were ever going to come out. But you can see here now, Mother Nature in her infinite wisdom now has produced replacement buds that are going to shoot out once they've had some heat. They're going to do that. Now we can actually speed that process along a little bit. We go back to where the tissue changes and we cut that off, and now this will actually speed the development of those leaves coming out even quicker, and that's what we're going to do here now. Now the short term is, of course, that you've got a plant that's not quite as branchy as what you had before. But it doesn't mean for any stretch of the imagination that the plant is dead. In fact, it's just looking for the opportunity to grow. And that's all there is to know about a plant that's been damaged due to a late spring frost on the buds. Hackberries, now that they've been trimmed, and you can see that in fact the new growth has started to emerge, and there's even more replacement growth that's coming in behind. The tree is now looking much fuller, thicker, exactly what you'd expect after a few more weeks of heat with the growing tips that were frozen cut back.